What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. I was trying to get this video out yesterday. I didn't have time, so I'm gonna go ahead and post it today. I hope you guys do enjoy this one. There's a lot of value packed into this video. It's a lot about entries and the importance of a good entry, right? When we take entries on our positions, that entry point means a lot, right? That entry point could be the difference between being profitable or unprofitable on the same type of trade idea. Me and you could have the same trade idea, whereas if I get a better entry or you get a better entry, you're gonna maybe turn out profitable on that trade, whereas I may not or you may not, right? That entry is very important. Now in today's video, I'm gonna highlight trades that I took yesterday. One of the trades is a bad entry, which I did end up turning profitable on, but it made me have to sit through a lot of drawdown. I still trusted my play, trusted my setup, but I did have to sit through some drawdown due to my early entry, which was a bad entry. Now, for some traders, right, that early entry could spook them out of a position, which would lead them to take a loss. Now, for me, I understood that it was a bad entry, but that my play was still a valid trade idea, so I did hold on and it did turn profitable. But, right, that time of drawdown can be a little bit stressful for some people, and that really shows the importance of an entry. The second trade we're going to look at is an Amazon trade which had a perfect entry. Ideal entry, no drawdown, and this was a trade that I think a lot of us want to be in, right? No drawdown, perfect entry, and it shows how much easier and how much more stress-free it is to take positions with ideal entries. So, entry points today, that's the focus. Let's jump right into it. Tesla and Amazon, 2 live trades, some analysis. Hope you guys enjoy this one. After watching it, press that like button and go enjoy your weekend. Very important to go ahead and recoup over the weekend, so make sure you have a good one. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, guys, so the first trade that we're going to go ahead and look at today are some Tesla call options that I opened up yesterday for a little bit of a scalp. Now, the reason I was looking at Tesla call options in the first place was because of this 261 to 262 demand zone that I was watching coming into yesterday morning. All right, so we can see on the charts we had some previous highs around this 260 to 261 level. Now, on Wednesday of this week, we had a nice little hold of that 261, showing that there were some buyers stepping up. So coming into Thursday, again, I was looking to see, are there any longs off that 261 to 262 level, looking for some upside? It was not overall the right trade idea throughout the day. Of course, we can see the downside ended up coming in intraday yesterday. But in the morning, we saw a very nice NASDAQ demand hold, which I can show you guys here really quick. We saw some really nice NASDAQ demand step in yesterday morning. Right here, we'll zoom in. Yesterday morning, we had this NASDAQ demand that held up and pushed to the upside. So we saw that NASDAQ demand holding, and we saw that upside come in. So I was looking to see if I could line that NASDAQ demand with a little bit of a push off this Tesla level, right? You guys can see right here, a little bit of a push off this 261, 262 level. If we break this down to the 3-minute chart, or the 2-minute chart, right, we can see that we had a morning push on Tesla. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in a little bit closer just so we can really highlight what happened here. We can see an early morning push on Tesla coming off that 261 to 262 demand. So for me, right, I was getting a feeling that I may have to take an entry here, right, just in case Tesla just sort of rips off the open off my 261, 262 demand. Because technically, even though it was in the pre-market, that demand held very well. You can see right here, demand held right here, a little double bottom at demand. So I felt, this open might be the long that I'm looking to take. Let me go ahead and try to start an entry after a few green candles near the open. Now, what happened was I did enter the position, but you can see about maybe 5-10 minutes later, we did get that downside move. Now, this downside move, while it was a little bit painful, right, because I did go into some drawdown on my call options, it never broke my 261 level, right? So my 261 level never broke. My demand that I was trading off of did maintain, right? And this is very important. This is how I trade, right? I trade using these zones. So that zone did hold on. So even though I had an early entry here, which caused me to get into some drawdown, which you'll see in the live trade, I had no business exiting the trade, right? If I was to exit this trade before my game plan broke down, then I'm simply exiting because I'm down too much, I'm emotional, and I risk too much money, right? Those are not reasons why we should be exiting positions ever, right? So I held on to this position. I saw a drawdown, I was down on it, but I knew my trade plan was still valid. However, when I relook at this trade, what I could have done better was wait for my demand to get tested again, right? Maybe not chase that morning push, wait for that demand to step in again. This was the good entry with no drawdown, right? I got in too early and had to experience a little bit of drawdown. Now, I did add to my position as we were sitting in demand, right? As my play was holding, I did add to my position, which caused me to have a nice average and a nice profit, right? But there's a lot of management here. And I could have avoided this management by having a better entry at the actual demand level, right? I talk about this a lot. Only trade at those levels when we're hitting those key levels. I had a little bit of a mistake here, right? And I'm human, right? And I'm okay to share this with you because I think it's very important and very valuable to some of you guys out there. You can see, what you will see in the live trade, I had to withstand drawdown because of an early entry. I'm sure a lot of you guys experience this as well, and I hope that you seeing me do it, you can see some of the mistakes that I have made here, and hopefully you will learn that let's not sit through that drawdown. Let's stay patient. Let's wait for our demand to actually hit or our key level to hit and then take our entry, which would have been a much cleaner trade on Tesla. The idea was right. The trade idea was valid, right? But the entry was a little early, which caused us to sit in drawdown. Not something that we want to be doing as traders often, right? Sometimes you're going to have to let a trade idea work out, but you'll see where I entered, how it was early, and the drawdown I had to sit through. That entry at the key level at my 261 demand, that was the entry point, and this will be a good example of that in today's live trade. So let me go ahead and now run that clip. You'll see my early entry, you'll see my negative P&L that I was down, and then you'll see how I fought back out of it for a nice profit on Tesla. So I'm going to take a long on Tesla here, 265 call. Stop under 264. It's a very nice break and retest of 264 there. And I'm going to try to just hold this a little bit. It's a very small position. I'm going to try to trust that NASDAQ demand. That NASDAQ is really holding previous day lows. Previous day highs, sorry. It's a little bit early, so I'm just going 5 contracts, pretty light. And I'm just going to watch to see if NASDAQ can hold this demand. NASDAQ's still holding the demand very nicely. I think I might be giving Tesla a little bit more room. I want to wait to see what the NASDAQ does here. Amazon's coming back, yep. So I'm still just going to watch this demand hold on NASDAQ. But if we break that NASDAQ low, then I'm going to have to jump. Giving Tesla a little bit of space here till that, I'm going to give it that NASDAQ level. A little bit of drawdown for now. Didn't hold that pre-market level. Not ready to jump yet though. Yeah, I'm going to get out of Tesla here under 261. I wanted to give it that 261. I took an early entry with some smaller size to try to get an early entry, but that did not work. But I'm going to give it 261. That's really my ultimate. Okay, so you're getting some signs of that 261 level and that NASDAQ demand, but I still don't really trust it enough to get in normal size here. I need to give it more time. So still just trusting NASDAQ demand. That's really all I can do here at the moment. Tesla holding demand at 261. So Tesla, I like the game plan. A little bit too early of an entry, right? The entry would have been better at the demand. Right, so that's something I always have to work on, it seems like. But I'm still very interested here in this demand hold. I'm still going to stick to my plan. All right, about to turn green on Tesla here. All right, now I'm going to take some profits on Tesla here. Just have to, really. Just not feeling like I should be holding too long. Yep, it was. Tesla entry was very early. But I was adding a little bit at that demand hold, so ended up working nice off the demand hold. Entry was just a little bit too early. It's going to happen. It's never perfect. So now that you saw the Tesla trade, a little bit of an ugly trade, but you saw how it came out profitable. This trade was a trade with no drawdown, actually trading off my key level, trusting that level, and having a very beautiful move to the upside in my favor. And you'll see the difference, right, between my entry on Tesla and my entry on Amazon, the patience that I had to wait for Amazon to actually set up, and knowing that I had to trade it off my level. So on Amazon, we had this 132 previous rejection point back here, previous triple top on Amazon from back here in late September. So coming into yesterday, we saw Amazon trading above that 132 level. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here to yesterday's price action, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on the after hours so we can get an idea of where the open was. So you guys can see here, right? This is a very similar trade to Tesla. We had an early morning push, which I did not long, right? Look at how similar these are between Tesla and this Amazon trade. Amazon did the same thing as Tesla, pulled back just like Tesla. I had to sit through this on Tesla. On Amazon, I stayed patient. And I waited for that 132 demand to confirm. And after seeing that upside off 132, then I started to long and had instant profits on my position. You can see how similar these two charts are, right? Go back and look at Tesla, right? We can look at Tesla here. Tesla, exact same type of early morning move. We had that morning pop, that pullback, that hold of demand, and continuation. And on Amazon, we did the same thing, right? But the difference here was I did not long it on a bad entry on Amazon. I waited for the pullback, waited for my level to confirm, and had instantaneous profits on this position. So I think a really good example here, guys. I wanted to make sure I got this video out. Let's go ahead and now run that Amazon live trade where you'll see I get in, I have instant profits on the position because of a good entry, because of me staying a little bit more patient and waiting for my key level to confirm. Hopefully, highlighting the importance of this, letting some of that morning trading shake out, make sure your key levels confirm, and then take the trade. Tesla and Amazon, very different, same type of trade. Entries were different, and you'll see the difference in the live trade, how much more stress-free and how much more quickly we were able to sit in profit on Amazon versus Tesla. Okay, hold on. I'm sort of interested in this Amazon. Yeah. All right, I'm going to take a long on Amazon. Amazon 133 calls. Stop under, I'm going to put a stop under low a day. 131.50. I like that little NASDAQ push as well. I was adding just a little bit as we started to hold that 261, 262 area, my demand level. So I'm long Amazon with a stop under 131.50 using that 132 demand level. But risk reward for me is demand lows on NASDAQ, potential scalp to the upside. That's what I'm looking at here. Nice demand hold on NASDAQ, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, a little tricky this morning, but yeah, demand hold never failed. Demand hold never failed. All right, I'm taking profits on Amazon here. Taking some off. Amazon looks pretty good. Amazon looks pretty good. Amazon looks pretty good. Target on Amazon is probably the 50 SMA above here, guys. It's pretty close. It's up to this 134.50 level. But we might be able to get gap fill here. I mean, it looks pretty good to be in Amazon right now, too. All right, I'm going to scale some off, guys, of everything. I've pretty much hit where I'm pretty happy for the day, right? This is where I start, once I hit a certain point, when I get these quick moves in my favor, I got to be doing the right thing here. So I'm going to start to scale out, get down into a position that I just don't even care what happens. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's Friday. I don't want to take too much of your time. Neither do I want to be sitting here either at 5 o'clock on a Friday, so let's go ahead and wrap this one up. I hope you enjoyed the video. Press that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you guys like the live trades, make sure to let me know down in the comments. Not many people making live videos out there, live trading videos. I hope you guys enjoy it here. I hope you see the transparency and the real trades that we take here on the channel. Press that like button, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.